It is February 2nd, 12:29 a.m. in the morning, approximately 6 days after I was doxxed by the barbz for my commentary on Nicki Minaj. Let's get into it. Y'all, it's 12:29 a.m. in the morning, and I'm only filming this day because this is the only time I had during the work week to give you guys a full breakdown. I said I was going to try to be more consistent with this YouTube thing, so here I am, feeding the girls, giving you girls something to eat. Is it giving Feeding America? Is it giving The Hungry Project? All right, that's what I thought. So yeah, as I said in the intro, my information was leaked. My personal and private information was leaked the night of my younger brother's birthday. I just came back from the movies with my two brothers. I dropped them back off at the house and I was on my way up to Orlando to go see my boyfriend. And it's crazy, like within minutes, the energy of the entire night shifted. Like as soon as things started happening and things started unraveling, I won't say I was caught off guard. It was just so much to process. I just felt like I was being overstimulated and I had like 1,000,001 thoughts racing in my mind. So I'm going to take you guys through the entire situation. I'm going to give you guys an idea, a breakdown of ultimately exactly what led up to me having my information leaked across the entire internet. We're going to get into all the things. So buckle up, make sure your seatbelts are on, and let's get into some business. So if you haven't watched my video detailing this whole feud between Nicki Minaj and Meg Thee Stallion, really it's a feud between Nicki and herself. If you haven't watched that video, I would urge you to go watch it, and that would kind of provide you some background information so you're going into this having some sort of knowledge. So the night that Megan dropped his, Nicki Minaj went on her IG Live and she shared a snippet to whatever diss song that she planned on dropping against Megan. The bars were whack. The bars were whack, period, point blank. The following morning from that IG Live, I posted this video kind of making fun of the bars because they were that cringe. Ultimately, that video, which is probably now sitting around like maybe 2 million or 3 million views. I don't know. I don't remember. That video is the reason behind the barbz leaking my information. So follow along with me. I'm going to set the scene. I'm going to paint a picture. So like I stated before, this is the night of my younger brother's birthday. We went to the movies. I drove them back to the house. I dropped them off so that way I could go about my own way and spend the night with my boyfriend. As I'm driving, my phone is open. Out of nowhere, I'm getting FaceTime calls. These FaceTime calls are coming in at light speed, back to back to back to back. As these FaceTime calls are coming in, I'm getting message after message. All these messages pretty much share the same verbiage. They're either calling me the F slur, they're telling me don't talk about the queen. Some of them are making fun of my looks, which is fucking crazy because the mug is sitting. But that's neither here nor there. And pretty much after them first couple of messages, I'm like, oh, they got me. They got me, bitch. They got me. The barbz don't find my fucking information. It is somewhere making its rounds on the internet. I'm sick to my fucking stomach. As this is happening, I'm on the phone with my boyfriend. I'm like, oh my God, I think my information was leaked online. I'm pretty sure it was the barbz. Can you help me figure out who posted what? My boyfriend's pretty internet savvy, so within, I want to say a minute or two, he had found the exact post, sent me the link, and was like, this person has been doxing and leaking people's information all day. And sure enough, I click on the link. There goes my face, my former address, and a current and up-to-date phone number. Throughout this process, I'm still trying to maintain a conversation with my boyfriend, but because these FaceTime calls keep coming in, the call, at least on my end, keeps getting disrupted. So he can't hear my voice. The sound is going in and out. And I'm just like, okay, we're probably going to have to text until I get to your apartment. And he's like, all right, when you get here, I'm going to help you turn on the feature on iPhone that'll allow you to filter out and block calls from phone numbers that aren't in your contacts. I get off the phone with him. I'm texting into the family group chat. Like, I'm pretty sure my information was leaked on the internet by the barbz. I need y'all to make sure that the doors are locked, blinds are closed. Mind you, the whole time I'm texting into this group chat, my mother's asleep, sound asleep. It is just the two boys, my brothers. I'm trying to advise them, provide instruction. I'm like, stock up on canned goods. I'm telling these boys, treat this like it's a tropical storm warning. I need y'all to lock in. This is war. This is warfare, bitch. My brother's trying to call me. We're trying to have a conversation, but again, it's not working because these FaceTime calls keep coming in. Now, I won't go more into detail about the events that further ensued throughout this entire situation out of respect for my family. But I need y'all to understand, and I need y'all to take my word. Things escalated. There was enough that happened that warranted my reactions and the ways in which I handled the situation moving forward. I need y'all to just trust me. And I'm being so serious. So I finally get to my boyfriend's house. He helps me turn on the iPhone feature. I'm reaching out to appropriate contacts who I know have the perfect skill sets that are suited for this type of situation. I'm reaching out to close friends, close mutuals. They're getting to work. They're providing me with resources and assistance. Remember earlier how I mentioned my significant other sent me the link of the person who originally doxed me? I'm scrolling through the comments, and the first comment that I see directly under that post is a comment that contains a screenshot of this user authenticating my phone number through Cash App. This person not only retweeted this information containing a former address and my phone number, they also reposted this information onto their own page. And then in addition, they made a separate post containing a screenshot of a message they sent me. This screenshot had my number visible at the top, side by side to a picture of my face. Now, throughout this entire process, I'm screenshotting, I'm recording, I'm bookmarking. Because one thing for sure, two things for certain,
I'm gonna always have my receipts.
Always, baby. In a little less than an hour, I had everybody's information. One of the girls, the one that authenticated my number through Cash App, I found out her birthday was in a few days. I found her school. I found her grandmother. Now, when I saw this girl had a birthday coming up, I made a mental note of it. I registered. How nice would it be if I just waited? What if I waited until she blew her candles out for the night and just dropped it? So I did just that. I waited. Once I got all the information I needed, you know what I did? I took my ass to sleep. Now, as I was waiting, several other creators on TikTok are coming out, sharing their experiences having been doxxed that exact same weekend. One creator in specific was doxxed by the same account that originally leaked my information. In this girl's video, she made it explicitly clear that she already took care of that one account. She said that motherfucker's name. Called him Landon. Allegedly, he's a white gay cosplaying black. Sure enough, when I go back to that account to check for myself, MIA. User nowhere to be found. So at that point, girl, I'm like, one down, another to go. So I waited 3 days. On January 30th, outside of a Publix parking lot, as I was on my way to do my grocery shopping, I sat in my car and I filmed my video. I laid out terms and conditions. I stuck to the information that was mentioned on the Twitter account that leaked my information, and I made my demands. Roll the clip.
So interestingly enough, today's the birthday of the person who doxed and leaked my private and personal information onto the internet this past weekend in response to my criticisms of Nicki Minaj. I found every bit and piece of information I needed to find on you. So you have one of two options. One, you will not only issue me a direct and sincere apology, but you will do so on the very same platform you use to dox and disseminate my private and personal information, because what was done in public will be apologized for in public. Number two, you will delete that stand page. You will delete your account. It must be done away with, my love. And three, you will take down the post containing my personal and private information. It's still up, and that's nuts. Macadamia. Now, should you choose not to follow the demands of number one, option number two is, one, a report with the Cybercrime Division of the FBI will be filed. Two, legal representation will be involved so as to seek compensatory damages for the trauma you sought to inflict on me and my family. Three, a phone call and several emails will be issued to the technical college at which you major in nursing for to let them know that somebody who potentially will be seeking a career in nursing and be medically responsible for the lives of people saw it fit to endanger the lives of regular civilians over celebrity drama. And number four, you also run the risk of your face and the account in which you used to dox me being plastered across the entire internet. With that being said, I'm looking forward to your apology, Amaria. Happy birthday. Congratulations to you for getting into nursing school, and say hi to Grandma Ida for me. Kisses.
Uploaded the video to Twitter to notify my followers of what was currently going on, and I took my ass to sleep. Now, a question I kept getting was, how do you know she's gonna find it? How do you know she's gonna come across it? I don't have an answer for that other than I knew she would find it. Blessed assurance. When I sat inside that car and filmed that video outside of a Publix parking lot and spoke with the conviction of a 40-year-old Christian woman under the tutelage of a scamming ass Nigerian prophet, I knew. And God's honest truth, that's all I have for you. So I wake up in the morning for work. Barbz, did you hear that?
So I wake up in the morning for work.
One of y'all should be opening up a tab to Indeed as we speak. as we speak. One of y'all need to be taking Cornell notes. Anyways, woke up in the morning around 8:50 something for work, and just like I knew, she responded. And Miss Amaria chose not to follow instruction. Matter of fact, this girl chose to double down. She spent the entire morning gaslighting me, downplaying the severity of the situation, because the reality is she not only endangered my life, she endangered the lives of my family. My brothers, my mother. This girl kept doubling down, talking about I wasn't the first person to come across your information and leak it. That was the basis for her argument. She wasn't the first person to dox or leak my information. She was just the second. And still, even in the midst of all this disrespect, I'm taking the time out of my morning when I should be getting ready for work and I should be eating my fucking Cheerios to explain to this person, my love, doxing is not about who posted what first. It's the dissemination of personal and private information on the internet with the intent to harass, intimidate, and malign. That is what you did, beloved. That is what doxing is. She then proceeds to tell me I'm doing this for clout and then blocks my account. At this point, what is there left to do? Sister girl made her decision. So I took my ass to work. Once I arrived, I sat in the parking lot and put a nice little email together, put together a PDF file with all the screenshots corroborating my story. Each little screenshot was accompanied by a short summary, a short synopsis, including all the details that would substantiate my claims. In this PDF, I'm showing screenshots of her bio. I'm pulling information, not just from her Twitter, from her personal Instagram account, from her personal Facebook account. I'm showing, hey, this is her profile picture on Twitter. This profile picture is available on her Instagram and on her Facebook. She has a picture of her birthday cake she shared to Twitter. That picture is also available on her Facebook. I'm underlining usernames. I'm pointing out the fact that she has nursing student in her bio, both on her Twitter and her Facebook. I'm pulling off screenshots from her Facebook showing her association with the Barbz and Nicki Minaj. In addition, people kept asking me, how can we show up? How can we support you? I drafted them a nice little email template that they could just copy and paste. I took screenshots and provided all the appropriate contacts at this girl's technical college. I mean, these were emails for her dean, program instructors, financial aid. I got everybody. And I provided the people who wanted to support me with those resources. And I said, send it over. The technical college also happened to have a Twitter. So as all of this is unfolding, I'm like, oh, tag them peoples, go on ahead. And just like that, emails were sent. Now remember, I told y'all, I woke up to these tweets from her around 8:56 a.m. in the morning. And 2-3 hours from that point, sis was doubling down. And I moved quickly. Around 12 noonish is when sis starts coming to her senses. Apparently, she's on her Twitter spaces. I didn't stay for too long, but here are some clips.
You could have DM'd me and said, hey, delete this. But instead, you had to go on your TikTok and you had to literally post that TikTok with literally thousands of views on there. I am a little ass barber account. Okay? I am not Nate Clips. I am not Hard White. I am not Cows. I am not none of these big ass barber accounts. I got 3,000 followers. If I was you, if I was him in that situation, I would have literally DM'd the person that posted my number and said, hey, can you delete this? Instead of posting it for views and attention on TikTok. He knew what he was doing. This internet shit, that shit was for clout. He knew what he was doing. And like I said, I'm not justifying what I did. Okay, I posted his number and I posted his Cash App, and I know that was wrong of me.
Like I said, you've already admitted to it. He could be recording. You made a stupid decision. And you really just need to stand on it. It's nothing else. All these other people telling you, oh, you had to be the first person to die. No, you participated in it. Okay? So I think you need to listen to the people who are trying to lead you in the right way, because these other people are not. I don't even think you should have this space open. I think you should close this. I'm sorry. I'm
Honestly,
nervous for you. I hope you can hear it in my voice. I'm nervous for you.
It was my fault, okay? I had my Twitter account. I was just talking about Nicki, posting about Nicki, streaming by, you know what I'm saying? Then when the whole shit was happening, when people were talking about her, it got too far. People were doxing people. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like at some point, y'all just need to understand, like people was telling me, like people was fucking commenting on my quotes and stuff, talking about you need to go touch grass. You defending somebody who don't even know about you. And yeah, that's true. You know what I'm saying? Nicki don't know me. Nicki don't know where I stay. You know what I'm saying? And I could love Nicki to death. You know what I'm saying? But at some point, like this stand shit be going too far, bro.
so it is now at this point she's starting to offer up half-baked apologies. The email has been sent, babes. I extended an opportunity for you to rectify your mistake. even in the face of you putting not only my life at risk, but my family's. And instead, you spit in my face, you double down, you gaslight me, you block me, go on to make tweets talking about something, oh, he can't do nothing, it's not that serious, doxing's not illegal, he can't, and just like that.
No NCLEX.
But anyway, she's on this Twitter spaces with these barbs and they're egging her on. You know what's actually interesting about that? I noticed this very same dynamic between Nicki and her stan. They will constantly egg this woman on and encourage her to act out with no regard for how the public will perceive her, with no regard for whether or not this will affect potential opportunities for her, with no regard for how this will further impact her mental and emotional health. They continue egging on her toxic behavior because they want to spectate. They want to see more. They want the drama. And should this woman land in hot water, should she get in trouble, they have no follow-up, they have no backup plan, they have no protections in place to support this woman. Almost this sort of symbiotic relationship where both parties benefit because they egg on and co-sign her behavior and she does the same. Like, I literally have screenshots of Nicki not only acknowledging that her fans, her stans are doxing people, but she's also endorsing this behavior. And so as people are sending me clips from this girl's Twitter spaces, I'm listening to her stans, to her fellow peers, tell her, girl, you ain't got nothing to worry about. You did the right thing. He deserved it. Da 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 da. And none of these people have systems of support in place should this girl bear the consequences of her actions. Nobody on Twitter, none of these stans are gonna get on their platforms and crowdfund for her legal fees. Some of the clips I'm coming across, people are literally telling her, girl, you need to think for yourself. You can't be listening to these stan pages. They're not gonna do anything for you. They're not giving you smart advice. This girl is experiencing an existential crisis. Meanwhile, you go on Nicki's page, this woman is tweeting her ass off. She's on station head. She's kikiing. She's still arguing. There's people in Nicki's comments telling her, girl, you need to get off that Tina Snow. This girl is listening to people affirm exactly what I said in my video, that there are grounds for legal recourse. I can report to her school. She could risk being kicked out of her nursing program. She could be reported to the FBI. Sister girl is sweating, and Nicki Minaj is nowhere to be found. Nicki don't even know what the fuck is going on.
Nicki's gone.
Matter of fact, I saw a clip. There were barbs in that space who pranked her and told her, oh my God, Nicki's here, Nicki's here, Nicki's here. And if y'all could only hear how excited this girl got, almost jumped out of her body. Even in the midst of her struggle, they're still fucking with her. They still fucking around with her. So if that doesn't give y'all an idea of the kind of culture, the toxicity that exists amongst that stan base, I mean, I don't know what. So anyways, after I had everybody send them emails and tag the school on Twitter, I get a response from the dean. And I left it at that. 30 minutes to an hour. Account. Okay. Now I haven't heard any updates since the dean sent the reply, but I will keep you guys updated. Now I do want to add, after the events had unfolded that afternoon, later that day I got 2 interview requests from 2 very well-known publications. These are news and media related entities, and I have since completed my interviews with them. These publications reached out to cover the story of the doxing fiasco that took place. I was one of the creators. There were several others, as I previously mentioned. One of the other publications actually reached out to cover a story around, Cash App and how grave of an oversight it is for people to use the features on that app to authenticate people's phone numbers as a way of doxing and harassing. I don't know when these stories will come out, so I will keep you guys updated on that. But in those conversations I had with these reporters, I made sure and I asked them to make note of one thing in particular. The entire fiasco that took place the last 3-4 days, that weekend. Yes, I'm aware the barbs are carrying out these acts, right? The entire week is barb this, barb that, barb this, barb that. These bitches are barbaric. They're monsters. But at the end of the day, a large majority of these folk are young, impressionable teens, young adults who are carrying out these acts in service to their quote-unquote queen. They have formed entire networks, communities in the name of Nicki Minaj, and they act upon her instruction. The barbs have been running amok, unchecked for years. They've been fabricating information for years. They've been doxing people's informations for years. And for the first time in years, we witnessed in real time Nicki Minaj outright endorsed this behavior from her stans, going as far as to responding to a tweet where her stans are making fun of the person that they doxed and leaked their information. And she herself quoting that tweet, not instructing her fans to pull back. She doesn't instruct her fans. She doesn't tell her fans not to harass people in her name. No. Instead, she responds and says, if God is for me, who can be against me? And I promise y'all, mark my words, that very tweet will be read out loud in a courtroom when the class action lawsuit is brought up against the petties. I promise you. And I will be in attendance. I must. Anyways, y'all, I have much more to say on this, but I'm getting tired. I'm getting sleepy. Let me know if y'all want to hear the entire recording of the Twitter spaces that the girl hosted, where she was essentially like going back and forth on whether or not she felt like she was wrong in the situation. She wasn't wrong. I mean, I listened to some clips for myself, and it is comedy. I think y'all will not only gag at just the low level of intellect these people possess, this lady's fan base possesses, but y'all would also gag at how delusional they are. They've lost it. Also, I did make mention in my last video that I was going to give y'all a breakdown of the psychology of the barbz. I think that'll probably be one of my next videos. And I'll make sure to detail in that video where exactly my journey with that stand base and that woman in general started and how we got here. Oh, and before I go, one of the questions I kept getting in response to my video to Amaria was, why did you extend her an opportunity to apologize instead of directly reporting to the appropriate legal authorities? And I briefly touched on this on my TikTok, but I do want to expand on those thoughts more. So I do plan on making a second video that will further expand upon why I extended her an opportunity to apologize as a form of accountability. Anyways, I'm gonna go to sleep. I immensely appreciate the amount of love and support that I've gotten in the last couple of days, especially through this entire situation. I will see you guys in the next video. Kisses.